All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back to the best place on the internet, right here with your boy Trading with Forrest. A few special things this week. So, we're kicking off the next coaching cohort, which is pretty cool. That's starting tomorrow, doing our weekly calls on Tuesday and Thursday. If you missed the webinar and the opportunity to sign up for that, we will be doing another webinar in about 9 days. So that will be coming together. Let me see here if it is available. Now, we haven't updated the website yet, but yeah, next webinar coming soon. Excited to see the growth of the next round of coaching students. Pretty excited for that. All right, it's Monday, so you know what we got to do. We need to do some higher time frame analysis. I do want to show what's happening on the 4-hour here really quickly, though. Okay, we gapped up aggressively. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously. We got news that the Senate, I think, passed the bill or came to an agreement to end the shutdown. All right, so strong gap up. This gap doesn't necessarily need to be filled right away. Okay. We came up to the edge of this node here. This looks almost like a little bit of a measured move. So if we get a measured move continuation out of this, if it doesn't reject right here, like literally right where it is right now at the edge of this node, then we can expect continuation up to about, we'll sweep this daily high here, okay? So this would be my upside target, call it 25,878, okay? Upside target, okay? Now, the downside target should be obvious. We come for the gap, okay? We crack this trend line a little bit, but we're right here in this auction. Downside target would be gap fill and probably come all the way down to this node right here, right? We're not going to sweep this low. Would be very unlikely on the downside, in my opinion. But do a gap fill, come down, POC, this node right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and reuse this handy dandy yellow line. I'll call this low target. Call it downside target. Morning fam, new cut. Yeah, thought to get a little more aerodynamic. The afro was getting really hot. It was getting really freaking hot. That's good. So there's a few questions we want to ask ourselves every single day that we trade. What liquidity matters? And two is how do we get there? Okay, so of course to do that, we're going to go to the weekly first. All right, we always want to start on a very high time frame. We get rid of this previous measured move. Don't really need it. 23, 4, actually we'll leave that there. That might get retested on the downside. So there's a few obvious things that we want to take note of. One, we'll just write them down. I'm trying to get better in the habit of writing out the things I'm saying. Okay. Uptrending. Okay. There was a fat red doji at the highs. Whoa. So we had this doji at the highs, relatively higher volume, but below this candle. So it's not a perfect setup, okay? But we did get increased volume on this top wick, so we gapped up top wick before my macro level higher, okay, that December high, and came down, and now we're ranging here at the highs. So on the weekly, if you just look at the slope of this, okay, we still have very obvious kind of channel-y thing that we're in. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. We'll make it perfect, actually, to highlight this. This top trend line doesn't really matter so much. Okay, it's more so the low side that I'm worried about on this uptrend. But we do have this kind of channel thing. We're still inside of it, okay? So don't just automatically flip your bias just because of this one move here, okay? Let's go to the daily. The daily, we can see the reaction that we got at the edge of this auction, okay? We came down to the edge of this node right here, you can see that as soon as we went to the low value area, we bottom wicked. Okay, we ran up out of market participation. Everybody bought this up. So it's a red bottom wick, but very strong wick. And we're getting continuation out of that. Nice buy signal here. A few people in Discord took longs. You know, Alan took calls, printed money out of calls. That was great. Conquistador, good morning. Welcome back. If you're here in the chat, go ahead, say what's up, say good morning. I want to see what we got today. We got 18 people on. Who do we have? How was everybody's weekend? What did you guys do this weekend? Was it good? Was it awesome? Was it amazing? What did you guys get up to? Chipmunk, good morning. I think, Chipmunk, you were stopping by this week. Pop into the studio, man. AB, good morning. TK, good morning. Victoria, good morning. Paulo, good morning. OG Trade, good morning. What is up, y'all? So we're retesting this trend line here. This is that make or break node. Okay, again, we're right here. You can really see it on the daily. We had this fat reaction. It is a red candle, though. Okay, 50% retest of these nodes or these large wicks does happen. The caveat to that is that in an uptrend, you can see that we've gotten these very immediate follow-ons to these bottom wicks. Okay, even these red ones, these red bottom wicks have gotten a very immediate follow-ons on the daily. So I am actually biased. It's Monday, but more biased to the upside target. But again, it being Monday, you guys, I mean, hopefully by now you notice that Mondays are more of a hands-off day for me, unless I'm trading settlement open. So Sunday settlement open is always a trade opportunity. If I'm not in a trade at settlement open or in a swing trade, I'm not really looking to get active Monday morning, to be honest. It's really not. Some people will look at price action like this and be like, but Forrest, you're missing out. I'm missing out on so many things. I'm looking at one ticker right now. You know how many things we're probably missing out on across the thousands of tickers? I'm missing out on a lot. It's not about what you miss. It's about what you get. So what I don't want to get is negative P&L. So I personally like to get my bearings for the week. So let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, that upside target is based off of a measured move plus the sweep of this high here as well. Let's go ahead and flip on over to ES. We'll do the same thing. Go to the weekly really quickly. Yeah, ES still showing that we could go significantly higher. We had this big bottom wick here. Okay, at the edge of this auction right here. Okay, right at the edge of this auction, rejecting it. Really bullish price action, still uptrending. Okay, I do think that the economy is weakening, but the economy and the stock market are not the same thing. The stock market can run hot while the economy weakens for quite a while due to the way that money flows in our quasi-capitalistic society. Quad, good morning. Mr. Currency, what's up? Turned a year older. Happy birthday, man. Another version unlocked for you. Z Rider. Added more PAs from Friday. Love that. Hola, Forrest. Had a good weekend. Enrolled in Mastery. And B-Day is Wednesday. Let's go. I'll try to swing through as well. If we could do the afternoon. Yeah, we coordinated in the Discord. Hit me up. I mean, I'll be here all day. Also, for those of you who aren't familiar, I didn't even mean to open this up, but this is our Discord community. Come check us out. Come check us out. Let me get that off of that screen. Yeah, we can coordinate in Discord. I'm busy every day, but guys want to pop in around 2 or from 4 to like 6:30. Got some blocks of time that I can say what's up. Loving and rock with community, breaking the Discord barriers, and breaking bread together. Yes, sir. Pushing on up. Very bullish day so far. Now, on the lowers, I just lost my price action. The thing that we want to look for in the VP, right, the session VP, anytime we're trending inside a session, is you want to see volume stack or accumulate, right? So you'll see a pattern where it pushes into value area high. It should hold above value area high. It'll stagnate there or really consolidate there. Build a little node, flag inside of said node, and then continue. Okay, that's what we want to see for a trending day. There's no tier 1 data today, so this thing should just move. And it's moving. Got about 242 points for the target higher. Right at the edge. There's a few edges here that I can see this reacting to. ES as well. Look at this block that it just hit. All right, hold on, y'all. Are you ramping daily spend or going linear to the date? Hold on, guys. I gotta do some business real quick. I'll tell you guys, I walked in today. It was one of the first days I walked into this brand new building that we built, and I was just like, wow, we did this thing. We really did this thing. It's pretty crazy. It's actually pretty crazy. This thing is moving. There's not much to say here other than look for volume building higher. Okay, there's my upside target. We could get a reaction here as well. 826. If it does reject early, it's going to be off of one of these majorly defined shelves here. But right now, we're just moving. We're just moving. I know. I cut it off. Thank you. I'm gonna go bald like you.
No, bro, look at all that.
Crazy when I'm bald. I've done it before. I'm not doing that.
You look good though. You look good with it, and you look good without it.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Ugh. What questions you guys got today? Hit me with some questions, guys. Lay them on me. It's actually hurting my ears. See here. Can you talk a bit about when you look for options trades? Could you expand on your saying from the last stream, where you, despite having a long bias, you consider the trend of the time frame you're on? And OG's question. Sure. Okay, so options. The most important thing about, and I would write this down somewhere, guys. All my options trades follow the exact same system that I take otherwise. It's the same playbooks, plus a few other key factors. So first and foremost is the beginning and end of the month. I used to take a few more, but I really only look for options trades around a 30-day cycle, beginning and end of the month. And what I really look for are months where the monthly is closing on a Friday as well, right? So I want that confluence. And the reason I do that is because if I close some of these other things that I don't need open, let's go to Forrest. Man, this music is hitting today. Hold up. So Forrest, this is a tool that I built for historical options analysis. And I can't remember what account I logged into here. I don't have any of my save charts. Okay. But basically what I do is around the beginning and the end of the month, let's just look up some contracts like, let's see here. Okay, November 7th. Not exactly the beginning of the month. Let's actually find what the end of the month actually looked like. There was nothing crazy here, to be honest. But I look for gamma trades. I look for trades with exceptional ROI. I'm not really interested in trading options for like 30, 50% gains. I used to. I prefer futures for that. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. But most of the options trade, I'm hunting for like at least a 10x return, like at least. So let's see what SPX, let's see what these 6720 calls did on Friday. So SPX 6720 calls expired Friday. Go to the 5-minute. So this would be the example of the type of trade that I'd be interested in hunting for. Did I take these? No. But you can see that the low here was, these are opening about $1. And in the initial run up, they went up to about $9.70. So nice. I call it conservative 5x return inside of that trade there. If we go up the chain a little bit, what am I at? 67.20. Let's go to 67.25s. 67.25s. Let's actually go down the chain. Let's go to 67.15s. Okay, so yeah, 67.15s went from 85 up to 14. So those are your 10x. And if we go to 67.05s, that's about a 10x there. So 67.15-ish, 67.10 was probably the sweet spot here, $1.45 up to 20. There's a nice little trade there. So I built this tool specifically for options analysis, and one of the things I learned after looking at probably thousands of, options trade was that was really the only time period I was interested in. Doesn't mean there aren't other options trades. There are. I just honestly don't care. Let's see. Nice little reaction off the edge of this shelf here. Depending on the time frame, this turns into a low value. This turns into a much higher value area. Let me move my chart over. All right, that was one question. Oh, I actually didn't fully answer that question. So specifically what I'm looking for is at the end of the month, mostly mean reversion trades. And so I'll also look at the option chain. I'll look for wherever there's exceptional interest. But the best trades are really like days like this, where you have a mean reversion or reaction off of some strong level on the macro. And just there's a ton of confluence. And I want that weekly and that monthly closing at the same time. Spanning, you're saying from the last streamer, despite having a long bias, you consider the trend. Yeah, so really that's just like inside this, let's call this a 1 hour time frame here. Okay, on the 1 hour, we were downtrending. We're still long bias though. And what happens, especially when you go to really low time frames, like people who are trading on the 5 minute. Okay, people trading on the 5 minute have no idea what's going on, right? I mean, this is what they're looking at, right? There's just not enough information, and so they tend to miss out on where the true EV is on most days because they're just not they lack perspective, literally. Okay, and if you go to the 1 minute, I mean, what are you doing? You could have 40 green trades on the 1 minute, and I'll eclipse your P&L in one trade a week, just because you're fighting for scraps. You know what I mean? So downtrend locally, uptrend on the macro. Okay, most people, despite their best efforts and all their, gazillion lines calligraphy that they're drawing on their charts, would not beat holding long 1NQ since whatever date this was. And if you're not beating just investing in the market, you are a bad trader. I'm going to write that down for you because some of you guys are like going, if you aren't beating what straight up investing would have made you, you are bad. You are not good yet, okay? And that's fine. But you need to ask yourself, if your goal is to make money and we're uptrending, and you could have just went long, okay? Or you could have just went long on one MNQ, right? One MNQ, okay, 5,000. It's like 10,000 bucks. Let's just call it around 10,000. It's like 11,000. If you've made less than $11,000 trading whatever you're trading since December or whenever this dip was, then you should probably just start investing. Not even trying to be mean. I mean, it's just like it's literally the math. So all of that is kind of the context and the framing for why I trade the way that I trade. And, I'm sure some of you are conflicted about that, but it's the truth. Am I taking entry on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, or are you scaling down to the 15, 30? Nah, I never go to the 15 and 30. I literally only trade the 1 hour and the 4 hour now. I used to. So for clarity, if you look at my old videos, I used to trade on like the 15, but I only trade on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. And I prefer to take 4-hour trades. Very often, not always, I'll have something like this where I have the ES on one time frame, NQ on other, 1 and 4 or 4 and 1. But this to me is like part of it is because how busy I am, but like the 1 hour is a fast time frame to me now. Like it is fast. Like it is fast. Is there a framework to how you select a strike price with the options? I don't pay attention to delta for my trades, which is actually really important. I used to when I was scalping options. So when I was doing intraday scalps, especially if you're trading close to the vortex that is lunchtime, I cared much more about delta. It's not that it's irrelevant, but the setups that I take, often I don't have to min-max. What I actually look for, which is very counterintuitive, is options with a premium under really like $1. But what I hunt for is like under 50 cents. It's very, very counterintuitive, but what I know is just based off of the set of parameters, I don't need to, like if we go back to this example from this day, let's just go to SPX really quickly. Okay. Let's go to the 1 hour. And let's just assume that I have some exceptional hindsight. And I'm like, you know what? I want to take 67, tens or whatever this is. I know price. It's 11:30. I see that these calls are, what were they? 67 tens at that time. At 11:30 were, about $1. So I could go even 67 15s, strike up. They were about the same price. Point is, I focus on the thesis first, and then I hunt for strikes with the most upside potential that fit within that thesis. As part of why I built the tool is because I've looked at so many of these contracts, so I don't have to do it in real time. And that's a really important part of why I'm able to do this. I've looked at thousands of options charts, okay? If you don't have the data somewhere in your mind, via experience, it's going to be really hard. But if I think price is going to go up to here, and I can get these strikes in here for under $1, then I know, due to the power of gamma and trading at the end of the month and all of that, that these are going to see exceptional appreciation, right? So that is my system in a nutshell. But yeah, I don't pay attention to delta at all. If I did, I'm sure it's pretty consistent, but the delta gets squeezed by gamma. It rapidly increases, and I'm out of these trades once they, hit at least, I'm hunting for a 10x, but sometimes I go for 5, stuff like that. So that's the setup. Hey, Forrest, why is it so that sometimes the market gets to a node area and transacts through it, and at other times it hits an edge and gets rejected? Good question. So this is where multiple time frame analysis really matters, and you have to start on the higher time frames like the weekly and the daily. Okay, I got to get out of replay. If you are on a very low time frame, even the 1 hour, every single edge is going to seem like a stopping point, like something that matters. The first thing I did, and you may not have been here this morning, was I did a measured move projection. Okay, because even with the gap, this looks like a move consolidation move, right? So a little bit of price action, but I'm just like, okay, this looks like it wants to do a measured move. It was like up to here at the time, right? Whatever it was. So I did my measured move projection. Okay, it was actually like up to here. So I'm like, all right, that gives me confluence with sweeping this high. There's a shelf here, okay? But really what I'm doing here is I'm coming up with the thesis for the day, okay, which is really important. All of these little jagged edges matter for price action and how it bobs and weaves, but ultimately I want to know what this chart's going to look like. What do I think this chart is going to look like at 4 p.m.? That's the question you need to ask yourself every single day. What do I think the daily is going to close at? And this is why a lot of people get smoked on the lowers, because they don't have a daily thesis. You need a daily thesis. You don't need a 5-minute thesis every day. You need a thesis for the day, every day. You need a daily thesis, okay? And preferably, and sometimes you might not have it till Tuesday or Wednesday, you need a weekly thesis as well. You do. And this is going to save you from doing a lot of stupid stuff. If you have if your idea for the week is, oh, I think we're going to be here by the end of the week, and then you look at your trade log and you're shorting every single day, which is literally what some people do. You should fix that. It's a problem. Okay. The question becomes, if I think this is this, I should probably just go long. But you're like, well, I trade 3 in Q. Well, then you got to trade lower. You need to trade small enough to where your idea can play out, to where you can test your idea. You got to be a scientist. Very long-winded way to answer your question. But the reason why it does that is because you're probably looking at too low of a time frame. Right? And so you need to look at the relative strength of these nodes on every time frame. So right here, let's see where we're at. We gapped across this auction basically here. And we are losing a little bit of steam here, FYI. Like, as we get into this higher value area, we're losing a little bit of steam. But price has also shown us that it's a very green day. I mean, in the 4-hour chart, we've had a green bar for a 4-hour period. We had another green bar for a 4-hour period. We had another green bar for a 4-hour period. We had another green bar for a 4-hour period. We had another green bar for a 4-hour period. Right? Very, very strong. If we look at what this looks like in inverse, okay, on the way down, we had a red bar for a 4-hour period, 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 one green inside this node. But it continued until we got to the edge of this big-ass node. So all the small stuff didn't matter. It rejected once we got to the edge of this major, truly major node, clearly major. Okay, so the relative size of these nodes is important. Okay, we want to pay attention to these really big shapes. Don't get super hung up on the small stuff. That's fine intraday for like rejections and scalps. But we want to day trade inside the big picture. We don't want to day trade the small picture. We want to day trade. Even if we're in a trade for 15 minutes, we want to day trade inside the big picture, always. Make sense? Oh, this song is way too slow. Let me get this out of here. You're welcome. Good question. Thanks for asking. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, guys, let's listen to music. I promise I won't just start stimming. Wait, I'm getting hungry. Lily. I need food. Huh? Yeah. Do you need my card? Let me know how much I gotta pay you for that to happen. There you go. Thank you. Can I get a coffee too? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Get yourself some. I'm getting hangry. I need food. Alrighty. Very, very green day. Kind of boring day though. There's not much. There's not much to do. Honestly, I expect tomorrow to be interesting. That's what my gut tells me. We don't have tier one data. We've got CPI on the 13th. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a holiday. So scratch that. Tomorrow would be interesting if it wasn't a holiday. We have Veterans Day. Wednesday is pre-CPI day. We've got core CPI. And Friday we have PPI. End of the week is going to be a banger. It is going to be a banger, folks. Let me see if my giveaway app is working today. I want to do these giveaways. Let's see here. Hold on, folks. Y'all want some free accounts? I feel like you do. I feel like you want some free accounts. All right, guys. We're going to try this out. It should work. Go to this link. We're going to try it out. I whipped this up with Lovable. It should work. Hopefully, fingers crossed. At a minimum, I'll have all of your emails, and then I can just drop those into ChatGPT to draw a winner. So it'll work either way, but hopefully the app will do it automatically. That's the goal. Was good. I'm still streaming, by the way, but how was it? You look beat, bro.
It was like ass to floor squats with a barbell. I haven't done those in 10 years because of my back.
Dang, bro.
I got 95 pounds, which is sick.
Nice.
We were progressing. We started with no weight, then the bar, 2 pounds, or 2.5, 5, 10, slowly. And then straight leg deadlifts, they fuck me up every time.
You gonna be out here walking, dude.
Fucking cooked right now.
Dang.
Fuck. So that's why you were here late last night. You were like, I'm not trying to fucking be home.
Huh? Oh, no, I was just filming, bro.
I saw updates at like 2 in the morning on Notion.
Yeah, I was grinding. But
That's crazy.
you should rip that
Oh, the recap, yeah.
yeah, hit that video. The telly's right there.
That was crazy, bro. You should have seen how fucked up some of these kids were. With trachs in their fucking throat. All like fucked up. Deformed faces. They're like breathing through their fucking necks.
Dang, bro.
Taking food through their fucking esophagus.
Were they like grateful you were there?
I don't even think they knew. They were so fucked up.
Damn,
But their parents were very grateful.
that's good.
But the kids were so fucked up. It was like,
Yeah.
at this point, you like, I don't know, like euthanasia is like almost like mercy at that point.
Yeah, I did one tour in a terminal like ward like that, bro. I can't do it again. I was just like, it was like too much sadness all at once.
That was a lot, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that should have impacted me the rest of the day.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, really, I think it'd be like merciful to put these kids out sometimes.
yeah.
They're fucked. Like, I don't even know if there's recovery from that shit.
I mean, there isn't. Yeah, but yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'll record some shit about it.
For sure.
That's a vibe.
Looks like Lovable wants us to sign in first. Is there a way to make it open to get? Oh, you're good. You're good. Uh, to sign in first, can you put a screenshot in the Discord of what you're seeing? Because you shouldn't need to sign in. Yeah, you should be able to just enter your email and your username and hit submit entry. Hopefully. Let me see what, actually, I'll test my own application, huh? Please sign in to enter the giveaway. Uh, Actually, so good question. Sign up. The way that I built this is that once you sign up one time, you'll be automatically entered into every giveaway in the future. So that's why you want to sign up. Because you guys don't realize this, but these giveaways take a lot of my time. And it's a luxury I don't have. So once you sign up, you will be automatically entered into every giveaway in the future. Yep. And there's going to be a leaderboard for all the people who have won in the past. And it will also allow me to catch people who are trying to cheat. There are a few cheaters out there. Going for 25, 878, 75. Let's see if we make it all the way there. I think we will. I think we will, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My thesis, not today, I'm going to be wrong. My thesis on stream have not been wrong yet. Honestly, I was actually evaluating some of the things. Sometimes I worry about, I'm not going to lie, guys. I might seem like I'm confident. It's because I am. But I do have doubts sometimes. And I have not been wrong yet. Now, what would make me way more wrong is if I did lower time frame analysis. That's why I don't do lower time frame analysis. That's why I don't trade the lowers, because it's noisier. On the 1 hour and the 4 hour, where I trade, right, where my system really exists and works well, I'm very accurate. And that's something that I can say without too much worry. If I got back to like trading on the 15-minute time frame and things like that, it would undoubtedly be much more hit and miss, and I have data to prove it. So we're not going to do that. We're going to stick to what prints money, because I'm here to do what? Make money. Not being right. Don't even care. I'm only care if I'm right when I have risk on. I'll tell you one of the interesting things being in the production business, and like, how do I want to put this? I meet a lot of people who make trading content, okay? And it's safe to say that not everybody trades to make money. Some people trade to be marketers and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with marketing. I do marketing, okay? I have a course and a thing and a purpose and an impact that I want to make. And the only way to do that is to reach people. So marketing and courses, there's absolutely nothing inherently wrong with that. But maybe this will change in the future. I would like it if it changed in the future. I still, to this day, make most of my money from trading. That I can say. I would like if I didn't. You know, my goal is actually to make more money from other passive sources and then just keep levering up my trades. My goal is to trade less and less as I get older. Less desk time. Less, not to not be involved, because I'll always trade, but more and more capital, bigger trades. One of the things people don't talk about is the nominal value of money, right? So like, obviously ROI is important, but if I'm trading $100 million account and with average risk, I'm making, I don't know, let's just say I'm making a smooth $10 million a year. like, why wouldn't I do that? You know what I mean? Like, 10 million bucks is worth 10 million bucks at the end of the day. Just keep reinvesting that, et cetera, et cetera. So, a little tangent there for you. Yeah, make sure you click that link. Sign up for the giveaway. Also doing another webinar on the 20th. Got some feedback from folks. We're going to add more actual chart time in there. That was my first webinar at that scale. Still went well in my opinion. You know, kind of the point of the webinar is to bring more people into the fold, share my story, which I think is important. I'm trying to get better at sharing my own story as a trader so people understand how hard this thing is. Okay, talking about the time I lost $500,000. Talk about the mindset shift. But we're also going to do some more, specifically more chart time in the next one. Why not the YM? No particular reason. I mean, why not anything, you know? I'll tell you this. I used to trade a large basket of equities. I actually, one of my side quests is I want to hire, this was probably like an 18-month thing. I want to do it like tomorrow, but I just don't have the bandwidth, is where our real estate is. I want to get another office across the street, and I want to get like a small, like my own in-house engineering / trading team. I'll still be the only one trading, but there are some things that I want to be built that will allow me to expand my spider web. I'm not interested, though, in personally investing 5 to 10x more chart time. So I focus on 2 tickers. I 100% could trade more things. I could trade YM. I could trade all types of things. It literally, if I just honestly answer the question, I just don't care to. I just make, if I explain how it feels, I feel so confident in how I approach the markets right now that I'm just disinterested in doing basically anything else. Like, I know I can suck money out of this thing, like almost guaranteed, like for a fucking fact. Sorry, that's how it feels. Like, I can suck money out of this thing. So I'm just not interested in changing it unless I can get human leverage, which I will at some point in the near future. But there's a very specific way I want to go about it. And to finish my tangent, guys, I know so much about so many people. I'm going to stop talking. But I know a lot. I know a lot about your favorite characters. Hey, Vegas lady just joined the coaching program. I don't know if you're on stream here, but welcome to the party. I am excited. One of my favorite things, I was talking to a few of the people who signed up for coaching this time. And because I haven't, the last coaching I did was in October, almost a year ago. Wow. I was going to do some this year and I just never got around to it because it's a really huge time investment. Probably the most fulfilling thing that I do is just getting to actually like directly help people. It's cool having like, you know, I guess reach on YouTube and all that's cool, but like I think one-on-one, as unscalable as it is, it's like a balancing act. But like spending time with people one-on-one is always the most fulfilling thing I do. It really is. Like hearing people's stories and like how trading has impacted them and like directly improve their lives or can improve their lives. really gives me purpose. So I just want to shout out to everybody who signed up and like has given me the opportunity to like do what I feel like is my purpose. Shout out to you guys. And I'm excited to help and see what you guys do with all the knowledge. The last thing I did before I died was help somebody. I'd still be mad I died, but I'd be okay with it. All right. We're going to wrap this stream up here. Upside target still 25,878. We are doing a little consolidation candle here, ES inside of this node here. Okay, you can see it mapped out here. We're above the POC. If we add the session volume profile back, let's map up some possibilities. Okay, we're building some value here. If this does come down, it could traverse all the way to POC. Obvious VAL is right here. Okay, what's interesting about the VAL and should be noteworthy is that the VAL itself, the entire one standard distribution of volume between value area high and value area low, has shifted higher. So this entire distribution itself has shifted. Okay, a lot of you guys didn't even think about that until I just said that. It's shifted up. Value area high has moved, value area low has moved, POC has shifted up. Okay, volume is accumulating higher, which is good if we want to look for uptrend continuation inside of this session. Okay, if it is going to range at all, it is going to range inside of, most likely, value area high and value area low. Our distribution does have a few key areas inside of it, but, okay, if we zoom in here a little bit, it's very stretched out. Okay, this is not a normal distribution by any means. Okay, we have like 1, 2, 3 modes, okay, of data. Let's just call it data. Okay, there's like 3 modes inside of this distribution. It's one mode, it's another mode, it's another mode. Okay, places where people, and it's almost like a 4th mode. So this I expect to either normalize, or we have a very recent session where we can see what happens. Okay, this is the session from Friday. Okay, look at this distribution and look what happened because the distribution was stretched out so much. So we should keep this in mind. If we get to this target around 2 o'clock, okay, we should expect something like this to happen. Okay? It could very well just accumulate and crack higher, but I often look for the market to replay itself. So just wanted to throw that onto you. I am going to run. There's not much going on here right now, to be honest. Any last minute questions before I get out of here? Free in 5. Cool. All right. Make sure you sign up. I'll drop the link one more time for the giveaway there. See if that works. It is automated. You will get an opportunity to win a 50K account from My Funded Futures, best prop firm out there. If you're looking for a way to trade on the go, check out Quant VPS. It's the only virtual private server that I use. I actually have a YouTube video coming out in a few days talking about why good virtual compute matters. I've been burned a few times. I know a few people have been burned a few times, so I have a cool partnership with them. Talk to them quite a bit. I like what they got going on over there, so that's the reason I recommend them. The only firms that I recommend are firms that either have a key advantage or are things that I actually use, guys. Okay, just want to throw that out there as a disclaimer. If like Forrest, why is Forrest promoting this thing? It's because I actually use it. And I tell you, I get emails from everybody. And you'll notice that I don't promote everybody. Because a lot of it is just junk food. And I'm a healthy eater. In any case, I want to leave you guys with a little bit of something positive. Okay. Now it's Monday. It's the first business day of the week where we have the opportunity to get a little bit better. You've got 4 more business days. You throw in another day for the weekend up until Saturday, and that gives you ample opportunity to improve your life. Look at your life over the past week or so. What investments have you made? What deposits have you made? What did you do a week ago that you can start to compound on today? If you didn't do anything, well, I promise you another week is going to go by. So let's make some deposits today into your health, into your emotional health, into your financial health, into your trading journey and your trading career. Write things down, journal, pour into your cup, take time for yourself, go on a walk, stretch. That person that you're in a fight with that you love, go ahead and call them and tell them you love them. Say, hey, I'm still mad at you, but I want you to know that I love you. Okay? That person that you need to forgive, go ahead and reach out to them, give them some forgiveness. Go ahead, go to the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror. Really go and do this today. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, it's all right. I should be a little less hard on you. Hold you accountable. Each and every one of you has what it takes. You have the raw ingredients to be a successful trader. But you got to put them into the mixer, into the oven, in the right order and in the right amounts. Okay? So be smart, be calmly confident. Don't be emotional, be rational. Be proud of yourself, hold yourself accountable. And I will see all of you next time here trading with your boy Forrest. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.